It's not something we like to talk about, it feels almost taboo. It makes most people extremely uncomfortable to even say. It's one of the sickest things a human being can do. Animal cruelty is a heinous crime that deserves to be punished to the fullest extent of the law. Unfortunately, in less developed countries, animal abuse isn't always taken very seriously. It is a crime that often goes unnoticed because of the conditions that humans also have to live in. That doesn't make it right, however. Animals deserve the same respect as any other living thing on our planet. That's why this story out of Chile is so heartbreaking. You really will need the tissues for this one. Scattered over Chilean desert are tar pits like this one. Johnny Alquinta and his son were off-roading in the desert when they saw something in a tar pit that they just could not ignore. Struggling for survival in the awful conditions of the tar pit was a tiny dog. They couldn't believe their eyes and knew they absolutely had to do something to help this poor animal. They were able to pluck her from the black grips of the tar pit. The father and son were sure that this was some sort of accident. Who could ever purposely do this an animal? Their hearts were broken though when they found that someone had actually put this puppy in a sack to restrict her mobility and purposefully tossed her into the pit. The pup's chances of survival had been diminished considerably from a long exposure to toxic fumes produced by the tar pit. Knowing this, the father and son rushed her to the nearest vet they could find. It took the veterinary staff more than 4 hours to clean this poor girl up. Eventually though, this adorable little face emerged from under the sludge. Who could ever do something like this to a helpless little puppy? The staff decided they would give this little girl a name. They settled on Quitrin, which is Spanish for tar. She is recovering just fine and from what they vet can tell, seems healthy. The clinic employees will keep Quitrin with them until she is able to regain her strength from this incredible ordeal. She will then be looking for a forever home. It really is a miracle that these two animal heroes came along when they did. Who knows how much longer this little girl could have lasted in that tar pit. Authorities are currently looking to apprehend and detain the people responsible for this malicious act of animal cruelty. Whoever they are, I find myself hoping they fall into a tar pit themselves. Maybe if someone comes along and shows them the kindness that this dog was shown, they will realize what a terrible person they are.